Hi, it's Brett from Niche Laboratory here, and today I'm going to show a new little tool I've added to the website. This is called the Physical Niche Finder, and it will help you find some real-world niches that have actual physical products. When I started my online business, that was back in 2002, I built some software and I sold that online as a digital download. But don't forget that there are so many niches that have actual physical products and services. These products, you can sell them locally. There's less competition online for local searches rather than international or national searches, so they can be kind of good. It's kind of good to advertise. You can advertise locally using cheap advertising methods like in store windows and other things. And I know everyone's online these days, but it's worth remembering there are just so many other niches out there. So how do you use this? Well, it's pretty simple and similar to the other tools on the Niche Laboratory website. You just have to add some keywords here and click on the Find Niches button. And again, like the product tool that we have on there, it shows you how competitive the niche is, and there's an estimate here. This is how much competition there is from other fellow bloggers, really. So as you can see, weight loss is quite popular with bloggers, and it says that this is probably pretty hard niche. But as you can see, the good thing is that there are loads of ideas. Calories, let's see, workouts for losing weight. This would be a good one. I mean, this would make a gigantic authority in its site in its own right. Vitamins for weight loss, again, that's something you could do a pretty big website about these. So that's just to show one thing. Let's have a look at some other keywords. How about vacations? Sometimes you can look for the singular word rather than the plural, so this might work. It reckons that less people blogging about vacations. What have we got here? Family vacations. People are with bored teenagers or whatever, young kids, they're always looking for ideas, so this could be a good one. Cottages. Again, this is another business. It's kind of local. It's also kind of in a physical niche, the real buildings and things here. Let's have a look. Anything for kids, what we've got here. With birthday party ideas, this is another good idea for a website. You could also do like local things. You could set up your own service to rent clowns, bounce houses. I once actually bought a website in a bounce house niche. It was quite a good niche. I made quite a bit of advertising money, but then the niche got quite competitive and I kind of ran out of ideas. But that was quite a good niche. Let's have another look. Computer, what can we find for this? Okay, so there's a whole load of ideas here. Computer repairing, that's a kind of good thing for a local business. Many people want to learn to become programmers. I was self-taught, although I now actually teach programming at a university. But you could run some local courses for maybe old people, young people, teenagers, kids, whatever. So maybe you can even build your own computer. And you can see there's all kinds of services here. Depending on your local area, maybe there's a need for these kind of services, but it's not very well served. And any of these niches, you can make quite a good bit of money. Security training for small businesses, you could combine these. Again, you wouldn't even need a website for this. You could find your customers locally, cold calling, any other things. And as I say in the blurb, trying to do two things at once. As I say in the blurb further down on the page, some of the best ideas I've ever had for making businesses are from real-world ideas from my day job. Maybe you know something about concrete, nothing I know anything about, but let's see. Maybe precast concrete, maybe this is good niche, maybe because not many people actually blog about concrete. I mean, maybe not the most exciting thing in the world, but you see that this data comes from how many people have used Niche Laboratory since 2014. How many people have searched for concrete? Hardly any. So I don't think anybody in the world is blogging about concrete. I may be surprised about that, but I don't think there's many blogs about decorative specialty concrete. So you can see, and also people who want concrete will pay good money. So you could get good money for setting up referrals to concrete people who pour it for you. So once again, if you have a day job that's interesting or different or gives you some knowledge of a niche that nobody else is likely to know, then it's well worth having a look at this tool, see what you can find. If you're completely out of ideas, then you don't have to put anything here, just press on the lucky dip button. What have we found here? Self-storage. Back home in the UK, I'm currently living overseas at the moment, but self-storage is a good idea. In fact, I had to put some of my stuff in self-storage before I went to work overseas. Generally in like the UK and other countries, houses are getting smaller over the years, spaces at premium, houses are more expensive, they're getting smaller, so people want to store more things. Any of these kitchen chairs, maybe a good niche. Title insurance, I'm not even sure what this is, but I once worked for a specialty insurance company. They made millions of dollars a year selling very, very specialized insurance. You might think that the niche is so small, but in fact I tried to do some keyword research to make our website stand out more, but the keyword volume was so low in Google Keywords tool that I couldn't actually really find any keywords. It claims that the keywords weren't very valuable, and yet we were making millions of pounds from these very, very obscure niches. Talking of obscure niches, lawnmower battery, that's quite obscure. Artificial stone and brick, again this is a gigantic niche. Lots of people clad their houses in plastic look-alike stones. I doubt many people are blogging about those. If you do find any interesting keywords, then you can go to find keywords and use the main Niche Laboratory search tool. We've also got a download at the top of the page. You can download a Windows version of Niche Laboratory. This is really useful because it will find many more keywords than the free tools on the website. Lucky dip you can press several times. Let's see what else you can find. More lawnmower things here. Rug hooking, no idea what that is. Fences, well, I'm from the UK, it's very windy, so people tend to have to replace their fences a lot, so this is kind of a good evergreen niche. Some dental things. Let's see, anything else? Sweating. You could probably write an ebook about that or find different products. Most of these things are postcards. That's another gigantic niche. As I was saying, most of these niches have all kinds of things you can sell. In the case of pet grooming and boarding, well, pet hotels and things cost a lot of money, so you can potentially make some good money in referral fees for these. Anything else? Identity theft protection, that's kind of a big growth area. I did have my identity stolen once. It was a real hassle. I went to the police, they weren't interested. It was a real hassle to try and sort that out. Anything more? Baby music could be an interesting niche, I guess, either for the expectant mothers or the babies themselves. Vegetable carving, again, I imagine there's all kinds of knives and other special tools for pumpkin carving that you could recommend. Anything else? Beekeeping, this is another popular niche. So as you can say, if you're really out of ideas, then keep pressing this to see what else. Public schools, I have many jobs over the years, and I once worked for a schools organisation, and they had a school finder database on their website. Anybody could really build this. To build a database, all you have to do is find all the schools, keep the list up to date. Databases can be very valuable because you get good rankings. Lots of people will link to your website. All you have to do is do the hard work. I've actually been to some very well-known companies that have kind of aggregated data services. You can search for things, but basically they just have a database and it's populated by grunt work, people doing boring jobs like researching and putting stuff into the database. There's nothing special about it really. All you have to do is have time, or you could outsource to fill up the database. Let's have one more go at this. Plastic injection molding. Again, this is quite a lucrative niche, I would think. There's a lot of interest in like 3D printing and things these days, and I imagine not many people are blogging about it. Actually, you can put that keyword in here, and it finds a few more related things. And as I expected, not many people have blogged about this really. So as you can say, give the new physical niche finder a go, and if you have any comments about it, then leave a comment below. I'll link to this in the description below. So good luck with it, and good luck with your niche websites.